dudes, what it is. It's another day of playing Genshin Impact, and I was doing the Battle Pass requirement. It's one of the weekly challenges where you go around and you collect 100 Leowa specialties. Matter of fact, I'm about to release a video on that, so be sure to watch it. But anyway, while I was in the middle of that, I ran across this guy. His name is Childish Jong. And Jong has one of the absolute saddest, most tragic stories in the game. Matter of fact, Jong has almost the saddest story in any game I've played outside of maybe like Warframe's lore and The Last of Us. I mean, it is sad. So you run across this guy, Childish Jong, and it stands out to me right away. Why do they call this guy childish? You see how big he is? He's not a kid. So that immediately gets me thinking, okay, something's wrong with him. And so as you talk to him, you find out he really likes to play hide and seek, and he wants you to play with him. No problem. It takes me away from my farming, but whatever. I didn't have a problem with it. And he hides in the most obvious places where you would think anybody could find him. And he swears he's like the ninja stealth god. But yeah, so anyway, as you talk to him, it becomes more and more apparent that Jong actually has a mental disability, which now it starts to click why they call him Childish Jong. So Childish Jong is not a kid, but he's in the mindset of a kid. And he's obsessed with hide and seek. And he will have you chase him over and over and over and over. And right when you think you're done, he wants you to play again. But as you talk to him, he starts to reveal some clues as to where he is and what's going on. And so one of the particular hide and seek rounds takes you to his house, which first thing you notice, there's nobody there. So when you have this person with a mental disability and he's obviously by himself, now I'm wondering, bro, where are your parents? And we find out through talking to him that he was playing hide and seek with his mom one day and she never found him. So he's basically been alone for an unspecified amount of time because he went to go hide and he never got found. Now, of course, I'm thinking, what? Yeah, if they wanted to find him, they would have, so maybe they abandoned him. You do get to hear a little bit about his father. His father was in the military. He's always talking about stealth. He's the one that showed Jong how to hide really well. I use that loosely, but whatever. From the sounds of it, his dad was definitely a Leowa soldier, but he was not like the others that were guards. His dad must have been like a spy or an assassin or something, because he always relied on stealth, and no other Leowa guard, or even Mondstadt guard for that matter, that you run into in the game mentions anything about being stealthy. They're proud to be out in the open. So I'm really curious to see if they add anything on, maybe another side quest that tells us more. But anyway, we find out that since his parents haven't come home, there have been people from the village that bring him food, that come and check on him, that'll play games with him. They make sure he's okay. So now I'm like, okay, something's really going on. And my next immediate thought would be, this little boy's parents are dead. You would assume that he knew, but again, given his mental state, he may not have. So what I did was I went off to Leowa Harbor. He mentioned a man named Uncle Tian specifically. So I figured if I went to the harbor and I found Uncle Tian, maybe he'd be able to give me some insight into what was going on. Maybe he would know where the parents were, or maybe he would know what exactly Zhang's condition was or something. And so when I found Tian, I was actually very disappointed because he didn't tell you anything. He only talks about fishing. Hopefully that's something else they change in a quest or in an update or something too later. But anyway, after talking to him, I went back to Zhang and I noticed that these two Seelies I found were right outside his house, which even though Seelies aren't ghosts, I think these two are. One you find on a mountain near Ruin Hunter, and the second you find in a corner by the gravestone. Which, although he doesn't realize it, these are his parents' gravestones. So I think those two Seelies outside the house represent his parents. Between talking to him and wandering around the house, I find these notes and put that together with conversation, and come to find out what happened was his father was ready to retire. He wanted to leave the military. He's going to take his family, settle down, and live the happy picket fence, 2.5 kids and a pet life or whatever. And this was supposed to happen after his last mission. So he goes off on this last mission. Long story short, he never comes home. I'm thinking his last mission had something to do with him getting sent to the top of the mountain where the Ruin Hunter was. He probably didn't know the Ruin Hunter was there waiting on him. He died. His mother sent him off to play hide and seek. He says himself that he heard a bunch of people coming up the mountain. He assumed they were her friends, so he hid from them too. So he hides from her. Well, he hides because she told him they were playing hide and seek. She really sent him away because she knew people were coming. So she sends him away. Whoever's coming comes to the house, probably looking for the dad. They find the mom, they kill her, and now Zhang is by himself and he doesn't realize anything's going on. The people of the town knew. They brought these two gravestones up here, sat them in the yard, and told Zhang they were from his parents and that these two stones were very special to him. Keep in mind, Zhang has a mental disability. He can't read. So these two stones have his parents' name on them. He doesn't even know. He doesn't realize his parents are dead. He's just stranded and waiting for him to come back. It is a dark, tragic story, and I was surprised they put that in the game. Anyway, that's all for now, dudes. So y'all go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, turn on notifications so you'll be notified whenever I upload new content. Tell your friends to do it. Tell your friends to tell their friends to do it. Tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their friends to do it. I'm going to hang out with Zhang, and I'll see you dudes later.